On the bike again. December 17th today. Jeez Louise, huh? How are you? Are you on your bike or your treadmill or on the pavement or on your mat or whatever, your rower? Do you have a resistance band in there? Let's go. Let's move. Let's do this before January 1st, right? And let's just be regular with the movement in our life. And of course, the yoga. Are you going to yoga? Have you been doing it? Are you in my studio? Are you in your living room? Are you in another studio? Meditation. Where are you? We just wrapped up the 6-week meditation series with Barbara Sterling at Joy. And I made it to 5 of the 6. I was happy. Sad to have missed last week. Yesterday was the last one, and she guided us through some yoga nidra. And I was in this little section. It was 3 of us in our section, but there was, I think, 12 people there. We had our yoga mats and blankets and pillows. And I was grateful to be in the section of people that fall asleep easily, because yoga nidra is a sequence of cues that you listen to. You set an intention. When you do it, quote unquote, right, your brain waves change. You go into a receptive state. And in the beginning, you set your sankalpa, which is an intention, and you become receptive to infinite possibilities of how your intention can come to fruition. And you do it every day for a month or 2 or 3. Anyway, and it's just a great relaxation process, very deep, yogic sleep. And I knew I was gonna not do well because I've been tired. Lately, we had a very busy 3 or 4 days with the Joy holiday party, and then Josh's shop holiday party, and everything that happens in between anything. So I was tired. So when Barbara said we were doing yoga nidra, I was like, ooh, I'm going to snore in front of everyone. And sure enough, I don't know if I did snore, I didn't ask, but 5 or less minutes in, where they're going through relaxing different parts of the body. My right hand, one of the first things, I don't remember anything until probably 15, 16 minutes later, where she was talking about the golden seed that we had planted, and I had no idea what that was. But anyway, it was relaxing nonetheless, and I made it. And before that, I had a beautiful Reiki session with a client. So yeah, it was a good little segue. It was nice. Then I even meditated again last night. Put my headphones in, listened to the chalisa a few times. I think definitely going to do a chalisa get together. Maybe a course, I'll say, for a lack of better words, in 2025, where we explore ourselves in the realm of the Hanuman chalisa, because the Hanuman chalisa, where we are singing to Hanuman, so he remembers who he is. He remembers his true nature and all of his goodness and his strengths and his powers. And years back, I had a friend who wrote someone a Hanuman chalisa for their birthday. Right? So whatever, 40-verse song to that person. Hopefully reminding them of their strengths and powers. And I've got to thinking about how magical and healing that really is, to have a system where we can remember who we really are. I think there's some culture, I can't name it exactly, but I've read about it, you may have too, where when someone in the tribe, I think it's more of a tribal culture, when they do something wrong, no matter how bad it is, the community gathers around them and reminds them how loved they are. I mean, that's amazing. It's very enlightened and evolved. But the Hanuman Chalisa reminds me of that. So I know when I listen to it sometimes, I will imagine that I'm singing it to myself, singing it to someone that I love, singing it to someone that might need some extra love or healing. I mean, you can use it as a meta practice, as a loving kindness practice. You can imagine someone that you struggle with. You can imagine all the suffering in the world. We're singing to remind every being that you are love, you are loving, you are capable, you are kind. We can become enlightened in an instant. We can bring awareness to the heart in an instant. And remember that. I have to remind myself that a lot. People that I struggle with at the core of their being, right? We're all souls. We're all love, you know? I've said it before, babies, right? Babies are love. We're all babies. So think about someone that you struggle with as a baby, right? They were a little baby that everyone wanted to hold. Thought they were cute. Anyway, that's what I did yesterday. So it was a good day, and it's going to be a busy week leading up to Christmas for me and my family. But I have it pretty planned out with flexibility in there. I talked about that a couple episodes back about not stretching myself too thin. I've had to keep myself in check. I've stretched myself a little bit thin. But I think that it's actually in a good way, a healthy way, where I'm going to enjoy all the things that I have planned. And I've either rain checked or haven't said yes to some other things that I had planned that I thought were putting me just over the edge of that. So where are you with that? How are you doing? Jump on your exercise equipment. Move around, jump around, dance around. Do some sun salutations and reset. Take some deep breaths. It's all going to be there when you're done. You're not going to forget. If you do, then maybe it wasn't too important. Responsibilities don't go away. So I think we have to choose to have a little gap in between the things that we think we need to get done, that we do need to get done. And add yourself into that responsibility list. You deserve to take a moment for yourself. Just take a moment to appreciate yourself. That was another thing. I'll end on this note. Is the Joy holiday party. It was wonderful. All but 3 of the teachers at Joy came to the party. Some brought significant others. It was a big group that we had. Josh cooked all the food. I helped, of course. We set everything up, and it was really nice. And we had a moment. I gave everyone a little gift for their altars, and I didn't plan to say anything or do anything, but the teachers kind of took it amongst themselves and made it a little ceremony, which was nice. And then Barbara, who I was talking about before, took a moment to appreciate me, and it's challenging for me to have those moments where I'm being appreciated, because I don't know, I guess maybe I don't. I do appreciate myself, but I don't take time to acknowledge, what I've created or whatever. I don't spend a lot of time doing that. I'm not negative about it or anything. I just don't spend a lot of time acknowledging. So it was nice, uncomfortable, but nice. And I told her, that it was, felt motherly. It felt something that I don't have, you know. I haven't had my mom in my life for 20 years. And I imagine that, you know, a pretty good mom would compliment their child. I mean, I compliment my kids all the time. And when they become parents, I'm going to be very supportive and complimentary and all those things. So anyway, imagine that would be a thing. And so being void of that and hearing it from someone that's like a motherly figure was very touching. So just wanted to share that with you. And I hope that you have a moment like that, even if you give it to yourself. Just stop and acknowledge what you do day to day for the people in your life, what you've created in your life, the beauty of it, the hard work that's gone into it, you know, the pain, the struggle, and the creation of it, right? Take a moment and breathe it in and put your hand on your heart and give yourself a moment of love. And then keep on going. Next week is Christmas. Today's Tuesday. Maybe I'll have another one. And another video on my bike. I'll definitely be on my bike every day, as much as possible. And thanks if you've made it this far. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to leave a comment, let me know where you're at. Of course, subscribe. I think you get a notification when I post a video. I don't know. Stay in the know. All right, namaste.